Greetings, this is Sarita, the creator of naturallyhighlife.com, with a channeled tarot card meditation for courage, which is specifically for the strength card in the tarot deck. We are going to begin, so go ahead and relax your breath and breathe in and out. Or you can rest your hands on your knees. Relax yourself as you breathe in. Relax the muscles that are in your face. Relax your neck, your hands. Continue letting go. Continue letting go even further. As you breathe in and breathe out through your nose, completely, comfortably, deliberately. And as you take a deep breath in, notice your breath, become aware of your breath, and allow your abdomen to go out as you breathe in through your nose, and then as you breathe out, allow your abdomen to gently come in. As that breath is going out, the abdomen is coming in. Soon, your breathing will become automatic, as you never have to think about breathing as you go throughout your day. It is a natural thing that just happens. It's neat how that happens, right? So throughout this, I want you to breathe in and breathe out. Relax into that space and continue on. Breathe in. Thank you. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Slowly, carefully. Breathe in through the nose. Breathe out through the nose. Breathe in deeper. Breathe out through your nose, allowing your abdomen to go in and out with your breath. As you breathe in, your abdomen expands slowly. The lower part of your abdomen, breathe out. As you breathe out, your lower abdomen, it comes in, bringing your belly button in as far as you can comfortably. Do not force it. Breathe in. Allow your abdomen to expand. Your navel is coming out. Breathe in. Now breathe out slowly, securely, safely, and sweetly. As you give love to yourself by breathing in the elixir of life, breathe in. Concentrate on being one with your breath. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Let's begin. This particular card, this particular message, has to do with uprooting what appears to be a rough spot. It has to do with releasing and opening up. Even though it may seem like somebody has put a huge boulder in front of you. It may seem like something is coming forth to attack you when you get this card. And attack you. They may attack you with words. They may attack with physical force. They may lunge forward. But there's only but so much that this person or persons can do. And what this card has to do with specifically is the way in which you do what it is that you do. When you get this card, it is letting you know that you have the power within yourself to change a situation. And the way you change the situation has to do with the way that you act in that situation. It has to do with your conduct, the way that you carry yourself. It's very easy to go off, to yell, to scream, to get physical. But this is reminding you that you have the greatest influence by easing through the rough spots, by growing as you're in those rough areas, not avoiding them completely, because that same lesson is going to keep coming over and over and over again until you master it. It is true that certain things will need to be left behind. But if you can, and some of you will, you can use your inner power to curb people that act like wild animals, that act angry, that show you what lies beneath. The Strength card reminds also that people may come with their hurts, with their anger, not because they want to hurt you, but because they want your help. They're fussing, anger, yelling, emotional imbalances being aimed at you, it seems, are not about you at all. They are aimed at you, it seems, but it is only an illusion. What really is happening is the person is letting you know that they need help. And the way that they can use your help is the way that you respond to them. And how do you respond to someone who's spatting a bunch of insults and anger and things that you may not understand that really have nothing to do with you? You respond with love. That is what this card is calling you to do. And that can be done in a varying of ways. By not going back and forth with the person. And it's a reminder that strength and courage is necessarily, something that you're going to really need. But it also lets you know that it does not require force. It requires something we know. It's like a magic wand, which is called grace. Grace is required in the situation or situations. When you look back at situations where people came off at you, or you were at work in a relationship with someone, with your children, or anything that you did not understand, how you could not get rough, with your words or whatever. And you're like, how do I deal with this in a diplomatic manner without dropping your vibration to the same as the other person who may be in it? It may be, sometimes you may have done that. But this is asking you to come with the higher part of yourself, to be the bigger person in this. It also has to do with balancing between the lust, that lust energy, and it has to do with bringing it higher and taming it. Not just spilling yourself all over, but balancing your divine with your lower. It also has to do with not basically denouncing the lower part of yourself, but to invite that and to encourage it, but to also give it love. This is not always about the other people, and it really never is. It's about ourselves. It's about you. It's about how you see a situation and how you perceive it. When you have an opportunity that calls you to utilize your inner strength that you need courage for, and it's rough, and how can you get through it without trying to get away from it? It's so tough. It may seem like a complete deadlock. Sometimes you've got to wait for the right time to proceed, to go ahead. This is a reminder that you have the strength. And the patience is there. You just have to call it forth, remember it, and choose it. It may be about competition, it seems like, with the other person, but it doesn't matter. If you give them no competition or no one to fight with, then nothing happens. No one is able to fight with themselves unless it's an inner dialogue. But you put an end to the outer struggles and fussing with yourself or with the outside. Things that may be going on by using grace, by choosing to respond in a different way. Being gentle in the situation with a person who does not know what that means is what this calls for. Until you're able to move into a new place, do it at least once to see how it feels. And when the other tries to fight back, or when the urge tries to fight back, or when the negative thoughts try to fight back, then hold your space. Hold your flag in the air and exude love. And walk hand in hand with the energies that seem to be so much against you. Invite it out for dinner. Invite it out for tea. With your love, you can turn a monster, if someone is acting as such, you can turn it into a friend. Even if you need to do that, just so you can carry along with your life and move on and continue on with your journey. Great challenges do come when I see a number 8 such as this on the Strength card. And often it does require courage. Because it's so external, it seems like the only way to get through it is to do something physically. But the magic happens on the inside. It is a choice and a shifting of energies. How do you take something that is belligerent and angry, yelling, cursing, and turn it into a teddy bear? It's a deliberate action. And sometimes, yes, it can take time for it to happen. Because an energy like that is so angry, it can't last. And it really cannot stand up to divine love. So when I see this, it is a call for you to have courage by being the bigger person, by remembering to love yourself, because you have things from the outside that will remind you in very shocking ways to go back and tend to yourself if you're paying too much attention to outside things. Sometimes if you pay too much attention to someone else, you'll get bit. Sometimes if you do too much for someone else and you neglect yourself, then something will turn against you. These are all reminders to turn and give love to yourself. The Strength card also lets you know that there is opportunity in partnering with the other, but that it's not always going to be an easy road. But you can do it, and there's a huge lesson to be learned in doing so. The wisdom that comes out of you going through such a challenge and walking through it on the other side is tremendous. Now, I'm not condoning abuse, but if it's something that can be worked on, then you can. If it's something that is beyond the call of duty, and it is literally biting you, and you cannot curb it, do not blame yourself. Sometimes it's someone else's fight. It's someone else's thing to deal with, someone else's project to continue putting together and to continue to try to understand. Sometimes people need to go to a professional. Your journey, your job, when you have this card though, is to tend to yourself. Because the outside is going to mirror what's on the inside. Make a note of it. When you are loving you the strongest and the best you can, the courage that you need, you automatically have it, right? It may come in small pockets, it may tiptoe in, and you may not even notice it, but it does happen. What also happens is that if you are in the moment dealing with such a challenge, whether that be in love, at work, whether something's chasing after you, maybe it's just your own thoughts, or maybe you feel defeated from something that happened long ago. It could be childhood trauma. If you watch for the very moment, there is always a moment that comes when you can ease through the cracks and rise on the other side. And you may feel shooken up just for a second, but you're stronger. And you will not let it happen again. And you're wiser. And you will not let it happen anymore. Sometimes it takes a shocking lesson to bring us out of stagnation, to bring us out of the past, to bring us out of old, outdated patterns that we want to release, but we don't know how. If there is something like an animal or like an elephant in the room, or something that seems to really defeat you as you deal with it, it's something probably there to help you break out and break through. And it does so in a way to catch your attention. And it wants you to know yourself. It is the universe reminding you to give to you. It's also an opportunity to do the unthinkable, to do what nobody knew could be done. And there's always a bright side to it. For some, it may be a call to leave. And that lesson and that chance to leave may come harmoniously just when you give your love to it. You give your love and then you go. And you may go together or you may go it alone. If the other is willing to participate and willing to pair up with you and to have a meaningful, healthy exchange, then when you have the strength card, you usually stay. But if not, then you have to continue breaking through the situation on the other side. And it's not personal, but it has to be done. Thank you so much. I hope that this was helpful. Peace, love, and light.